night shift cutie at the truck stop knows my name. Threw the candle in the midnight oil and lit up the honky-tonk highway. I see the sun come up, cause I ain't been to bed. Gonna have my name cut into a stone when I lay my head. No rest for the wicked, at least for a few 100 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. But I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child. I'm running wild, I'm running wild. Always been a runner, never been one for settling down. Spend my life, I found a 6-string ticket and jumped that westbound train. Now I only slow down long enough to stand up on that stage. Cloud 9 is a cloud of dust for the next 1,000 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. But I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child. I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild. Mama, I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild. I'm running with the devil, rolling down the road. Riding on the storm, living like I'm dying slow. Headlights in the fast lane is my home away from home. If there's light after this tunnel, I'm gonna be the first to know. No slowing down, no looking back, no staying for a while. I'm pedal down and right on track, I'm ready for this ride. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. And I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child. I'm running wild, I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild, oh, I'm running wild, I'm running wild.
It's hotter than a blacktop in July, sweating like a sinner in a church, and I just wanna get out with my crew tonight and shoot at the lights. Got a couple 40s full of hops and fun, looking for a good time, gotta live it up. Leave behind the city, hop inside my truck. No, we don't give up. We're gonna paint the night red, hoot and holler till we're dead. We're down to turn up, we're up to get down, saying hey y'all, howdy, let's get rowdy tonight. Hey, looks wild, but you know we're right at home. The louder the better, cause with us anything goes. Life of the party, we're the feature of the show. You already know. We're gonna paint the night red, hoot and holler till we're dead. We're down to turn up, we're up to get down, saying hey y'all, howdy, let's get rowdy tonight. Oh tonight, yeah, let's get rowdy.
west of the river, Mississippi mud running in my veins. And on the road is where I found freedom. And hotel rooms is where I found peace. I spent my whole life running Iowa. It's gonna be a long way home. And it's gonna take my heart and soul, my heart and soul.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? This is interesting. The game isn't showing up. Let's see what we can troubleshoot with that real quick. While we're working on that, good morning. I got Miss Lisa in here early. Rockwana in. Andrew Brown. Jasmine, welcome in. Customs here. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Well, let's see what it takes. Lord Thanatos is in here. Good morning. Let's try this real quick. See if it just resets on its own. Oh, this is even better now. Well, we are on the new streaming PC, so there are definitely working a few things out here. Let's see. I got a great video going for you guys. We're mowing grass. We're having a good time. Yeah, it's not picking up the feed. All right. I will be on mic. You guys won't be able to see me. I'm going to try to unplug and replug some things. I'll be back in a second. All right, restarted the capture card. Haha, we win. All right, one more thing. Gotta get one more light on. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Wouldn't be a holiday stream if it wasn't a little bit of a challenge. Welcome back. We are on the Rod Challenge here on Dakota 16x. I figured we'd have a nice, relaxing Thanksgiving Day stream. You have school, Lord Thanatos. That's all right. I imagine you're not in the States then. So we'll get in there, we'll get the stuff back, done, figure it out, have some fun. Custom welcome in, Muddy welcome in. Muddy, you didn't miss much. You missed me restarting my capture card, which was on and running fine before the stream, and then decided it wasn't going to work. Yep, makes sense, Lord. So, we're here. We are still in May. We have 2 contracts going on. We have 2 mowing contracts. It's sort of a, I don't want to say it's a race, but because it's not. It's like the turtle and the hare type situation. This is the last field. We're going to use the Chrome Big M 500 power. It has been a good mower for us, but the working width is just not there compared to the Mack Trucker mower. It is just not a competition. So we'll probably end up buying a second one of the Mack Trucker mowers to keep going with the contracts for the grass cutting. But we'll get there and we'll do that. So while we're letting the contracts run for a minute, how is everybody's Thanksgiving getting started? Have we got the turkeys in the oven? Are the turkeys thawed? Do we have plans to do so? The smoked portion of the smoke-fried turkey we talked about last night is done. Got up this morning. It was up at 6. And got the small turkey in the smoker and smoked it up. Got it a little tiny bit overdone. Wasn't paying attention right before stream. Got to 170 instead of 165. But it's not a big deal because that one goes, it's going to rest for a while. And then when stream's over, it goes into the oil for the frying. So, but it turned out really well. Smoked with some old whiskey barrel chips and some apple wood. It was rubbed down with salt, pepper, garlic, and olive oil. And I stuffed it with a bunch of diced up apples. So it should have a really good aromatic, should be on the apple acidity side of the spectrum. And then frying it will just make it absolutely delicious. So that's what I got done so far this morning. I did see on the counter all the prepping for the stuffing was done. I know a bunch of pies got done last night. So all kinds of good stuff getting done here for Thanksgiving. Let me know what you guys are doing and what's going on with you guys. I am going to see what's going on here with the camera capture. I know. All right. It was not. We were up late last night troubleshooting the server. So I will. 2 seconds. Perfect. Now, after many a false start on a holiday, we are running and cooking with gas. Love to experience a traditional Thanksgiving custom? Yeah. It's nice. And see, it's funny is, I don't even know what a traditional Thanksgiving really means anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, that was turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, green bean casserole, that type of thing. But now it's just so much more than that. A couple of pies, always a pumpkin pie. So, but now, I mean, we're smoke frying a turkey. We're doing all kinds of stuff. Jasmine, thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Beaton's in the house. Welcome in, Beaton. Huh. There's a random bale over there. We should grab it so it doesn't get caught up in the mower. I don't know why there's a random bale over here, but there's a random bale over here on our field. Muddy, that sounds like a good one. That sounds like a really good day. It's nice to have the day start a little slower. That's cool, Beaton. No worries. Appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, this one's just here. Little Thanksgiving check-in. Beaton, how many people you got coming over? Beaton could have a lot. Beaton could have a big one going on. We're going to put this bale over here by the road. You got to be careful with the White Christmas custom, because quite frankly, not a lot of... I mean, like, you can find a White Christmas that, but you have to go somewhere. Like, where I live, we get snow, but we don't usually get snow, like, good snow that sticks until January. Having a White Christmas here, even though we get lake effect snow, and a significant amount of it, is not normal. Oh, parents, brother, aunt, and uncle beating. Oh, this would be a nice one, a little intimate gathering. I don't know why that was attached to the front, but it was. Oh, interesting. You guys might be in for a treat today. I told you this was a holiday stream and we had all kinds of challenges. Right before stream, I had to reset my Farmstick, which happens. It does happen from time to time, and in doing so, I unplugged my steering wheel and pedals. And they, look at that, I'm turning the wheel, nothing's happening. Muddy's saying, was just saying to the wife, we only have 2 days a year that are slow, that starts today and Christmas, so I'm enjoying it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Beaton, I'm with you. Or Beaton Muddy. Yeah, I told the wife, I said, don't schedule anything for Friday. Like, just don't. Just leave it alone. Let's try to have a down day. It won't happen, but we will see. Gonna see if we can resync the wheel. Usually we have to restart, but we'll see. Camping up in the hills. Nice. Hey, Google, turn off my steering wheel. Oh, we're back, ladies and gents. We are back. Yeah, so if you want to experience a White Christmas, you're going to have to pick a place that you know is going to have snow, like in the mountains. Upstate New York doesn't really have mountains, but you're in the Appalachians or thereabouts, so you're good there. You can go to the Rockies, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. Not that all those are in the Rockies, but those are places that have snow. But even just being north is not enough to guarantee that you're going to have a White Christmas. It is nice. It also makes everything a little bit challenging. Yeah, I saw that post you had, Beaten. I believe it. Just going to do some farm work today, hang out with you nice folks. Are we? Oh no, this is the trigger that's finicky. Yeah, Halloween is also fun. Now, custom, I will say there's kids trick-or-treating, and then there's adult Halloween. And those tend to be two very different things, depending on which scene you're looking for, or if you're looking for the whole experience, the whole thing. But, you know, the actual trick-or-treating part with the kids is great. Love it. Tons of fun. But you can find some wild, non-PG rated parties at Halloween as well. Yeah, we are right smack dab heading into the holiday shenanigans. Got through Halloween, hitting Thanksgiving. Christmas is on the way. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the things are coming up. New Year's. Beaten, man. Have a great one. Thanks for stopping by. Had no power for Halloween. Made that spooky, huh? This tractor got an update, and they redid the sound of it on the sounds on it. I'm not sure I like it. You guys hear that? I mean, granted, the RPMs are high, but that sounds a little grindy, doesn't it? Seems like not the way I'd want my tractor to sound. And maybe that's what it's supposed to sound like. It was only for 3 weeks. You had no power for 3 weeks? That's crazy. Yeah, snow is fun. I like snow a lot. I actually really enjoy it because people are off the road and out of the way. Because driving in the snow is no fun when all the cars around you are struggling. So for those of you that were hanging out last night, yep, really wanted to visit. I believe it. Those of you that were hanging around last night, on the Yukon stream, I appreciate all you guys. We did do a bunch of troubleshooting after the episode, and it looks like we figured out what the conflict was. It looked like there were two. One was the Dodge Ram truck, and it's been anything with crazy rims and tire options or additional download options where, you know, like you can download the mod, but then you can download a second, like an add-on to add a bunch of custom rims and tires. Those tend to be a challenge on servers. So the Dodge was removed, and the second T600 trommel wash plant that we got in the sale, I'm not sure if it was because it was from the sale or if it was because it was the second one. Shouldn't have been because it was the second one. Was throwing errors too. And I suspect if we really get into it, which at this point it's solved, we probably won't put much more time into it. It's the sale mod we're using on there. It does things to the vehicles when it puts them in the sale, changes their condition for the pricing and that kind of stuff. And I suspect that was a bigger part of the issue than anything else. So, bummer it ended the way it ended last night, but we did get a 3-hour stream in, had a lot of fun. Several of the guys and I were up till the wee hours of the night planning out the next steps. So we got some really good, fun, exciting things planned for the next couple episodes. It's going to be a good one. All right, so rod challenge. Let's check our animals. The Mack Trucker mower is just smoking the other one. We knew it would. The working with is so much bigger. But we started that Crone mower like 20 or 30 minutes before the other one too. Andrew, good morning, good morning, good morning. The turkey is smoked. It is officially smoked and out. So it is resting in a room temperature oven, and it will be fried immediately before dinner tonight. So it's all wrapped up in foil, keeping the moisture in, keeping the core temperature. I mean, it'll be warmish for several hours. So yeah, got the frying done, was up. I put it in got up at like 6:30. I think it was in at 7, and pulled it out right around 11:30. Now we started streaming at 11:30, so it had to be 11. So, but the smoking is done, and it turned out really, really well. I smoked it with, I've got whiskey barrel chips as my base that I like, that offer a good oaky, acidic flavor, and they're already obviously charred on the inside for the whiskey. And then some apple wood, rubbed it down with olive oil and salt and pepper and garlic. And then I diced up a bunch of Honeycrisp apples and stuffed them inside for the aromatics, and just sort of steam that flavor from the inside of the turkey into the meat. So the smoked part of the turkey is done, and it smells delicious. And then it will be fried immediately before dinner and served piping hot out of the fryer. So it will be quite good. All right, so we are in good shape here, guys. 663 animals, doing well. Check on their food. They are 441,000 liters out of 500,000. So their one doesn't take straw, does it? Thank you for asking. I'm almost popped. Andrew, you got your Thanksgiving going? Getting all ramped up for the day? All right, we got a bunch of manure. They're full on straw. They have 103 out of 150,000 liters of TMR. And we have 260 animals in the cow pen. I don't believe... Do we have Highland cattle updated for enhanced animals? I know Arrow updated the realistic livestock mod. Limousine, Water Buffalo Angus, Brown Swiss Holstein. No, so we don't have an update yet for... Yeah, my brother, he bought a turkey. My oldest sister is going. She's... And her husband and my brother-in-law are going to smoke it. Nice. Nice, Andrew. That'll be good. That will be good. All right, so the animals are in good shape. We're in May. We need to get to August before we can get to our second production. Just checking this because we have just a boatload of stuff in here. All right, 340,000 liters of cotton, 4.5 million liters of grass, 750,000 liters of green beans, a little bit of liquid fertilizer, nearly 500,000 liters of slurry, some stones, wood chips, and wool, all tucked in there. Oh, I know what's going on here. Remember, like 3 episodes ago, we were... Oh, we got to start time, don't we? Got distracted, didn't have time running. Now I want turkey neck, yeah. Delicious. We had a buy station here. And we sold it because we were having crashing issues on this side of the map. But I don't think that was related. Which one was it? Is it this one that does all of the solid fertilizer... Farm fieldwork fill station? No, we don't want it free. No, we want the regular one. Oh, one click too far. All right, now this guy was supposed to be filled with solid fertilizer because he's our refill. My last month of year 2 on Rod Challenge, ready to start my milk and beer production. Yeah, Muddy, I am jealous. Right now, it is the productions is what I want. Because I've got my sawmill and then obviously my silage pit over there. Which were good. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Settle down. Settle down. Oh, she is full. Color me surprised. Alright, they're good. They're going to go park. They are happy campers. It's just that the truck is slow. Alright, so we got that fixed. Yeah, Muddy, I think it's going to be a wool production, probably Granny's Knit Shop. And then, man, what else do we have in there? Because it was something else we were saving. Yeah, I mean, we have cotton and we have wool, so we definitely need a spinnery. We could go all the way to clothes, just because we're going to have all those carrot fields. So we'll have to figure out what the second production is going to be. But for right now, we want to get that wool and that cotton going. Might be worth having a spinnery and... Yeah, that's going to take literally forever. $131,000 for some weeding. That seems like a win for us. Field 15. I'd love to do this one, but the widest hoe we have is like 6 meters or something. We'd be on that field for an eternity. All right, so where is... He just parked. There was a Fent with the weeder on it. Make sure this guy is a weeder, not disguise himself as a cultivator. He is a weeder. Send this guy off to field 15. Rubbing his racing, getting out of there, it looks like. Just a little bit of damage to our weeder. Yeah, so the smoked turkey we did, I think, was in the 15-pound range. I was not happy. So usually I try to get a heritage turkey. Like a bred, like a nice turkey. But this year, everyone was sold out really early. I don't know what that was about. So ended up with like a nice, but a grocery store. Hey, Rose, welcome in. I'm doing great, Rose. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you? So we ended up with a grocery store turkey, which is not a problem. It was a nice grocery store turkey. But the reason I like to get the heritage ones is because there's some people by us who do that, and they never freeze them, right? So you sign up early, you get a heritage bird, and when it's slaughtered, they slaughter right like the week before, and you get it, and it's never frozen. So anyways, we went to the grocery store, got a nice turkey, brought it back. It's been thawing in the fridge for ever. Literal ever. Like a week. Went to go get it all seasoned up yesterday afternoon and started reaching inside, and there was still ice inside the bird. And I pulled out chunks of ice, like not quite fist size, but chunks of ice. So they had filled the bird with water to add weight and then frozen it. And it was a block of ice in the main cavity of the turkey, just to get the weight up a couple pounds. I was like, why are we doing that, folks? That doesn't help anybody out. I don't need, I mean, a little bit of water here and there, a little bit of ice on the inside, I get it. I'm talking like chunks of ice. Like I was grabbing them with my hand and pulling them out. It was not a happy camper. Oh, watching the Macy's Day Parade. Nice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Rose, what football game are you most excited for today? Yeah, Rose, I was not pleased about the turkey. The neck was still frozen inside the chest cavity. And it was all full of ice. And like I said, you get a little liquid in there. I get it. But this was clearly had been filled up with water and then frozen. So, we won't be buying that brand of turkey anymore. Make sure I get a heritage bird next year. Chiefs Cowboys, that'd be a good game. That will be a good game. Obviously, I mean, for the Dallas cheerleaders, right? Just messing with you, Rose. The Chiefs Cowboys game will be a good one. I don't know if we're going to watch football today or not. Told Gold I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I bet that was good. Good times had by all. Bama Auburn, Roll Tide. See, that's a heated rivalry as well. Rush, Welcome in. Well, I mean, Rush, the beginning of the stream was a crash. Capture card wasn't working. Steering wheel came unplugged. Curtains weren't closed. Lights weren't on. So I'd say the whole beginning of the stream was a crash. But since then, this weeder got a little rubbed on the shed coming out. But otherwise, it's been low key. We're keeping the stream low key today. Rush, how was? We didn't get much snow. You get much by you? But yeah, be some good football on. Yeah. I feel like they always, whenever it's around the holidays, they always over dramatize the weather. You're not spawning any honey, Muddy. That's a weird one. I mean, obviously you have your spawn point down that has been spawning honey. You didn't buy before. Or that issue before. That is weird. I do remember once in 22, I had to just like sell and replace all my honey. All my beehives. Yeah, but that's a weird one. And do you have your spawn point like going directly into like a silo or a pallet storage shed or something like that? Or is it just spawning on the ground? Getting close to field 15. Yeah, so you're not like having overlapping trigger conflicts or anything. That's weird. I'd sell the spawn point and just replace it. See if it got disconnected for some unknown reason. Because those are the primary issues that you run into with honey, or at least that I've run into with honey. I have not done any honey in 25 after hearing how terrible the spawn rate was. I would have thought by this point someone would have just gone in and modified all the base game honey or all the beehives just to produce a reasonable amount. Not, not thousands of liters. Yeah, Muddy, that's where I'd be. Yeah, order it tomorrow for next year's Thanksgiving. Like, hey guys, I got cut out this year. Put me on the list. I want one for next year. Yeah, we've got a nice like farm to table place. They've got a big old refrigerator truck, and they drive out to like Amish country areas, and they just pick up all fresh produce and meats and that kind of stuff. We've got heritage pigs and heritage turkeys available, and you can order like half a cow and like all that kind of stuff. And they have been great. They have some great stuff. You do get some like interesting things. Like I was introduced to kohlrabi, which is a root vegetable through them, which is quite delicious. So, but you do end up with, whatever is seasonal and whatever is climate appropriate. So, can get some interesting things from time to time. All right, we're in. Let's get this guy all scheduled up. Yeah, Muddy, I almost wonder if you maybe did you add any mods that might be conflicting with that? I mean, obviously nothing that you would know that would cause conflict, but could you track it to a game save timeline where you added a mod? I don't know what would interfere with the spawning. Maybe something like lazy distribution. Trying to think what else could conflict with that. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a mod conflict. It'd be a weird one to have it like just eliminate all your honey. Like that doesn't seem legitimate. Yeah, Rose, it's nice. I remember when it first came out, it was really, really nice. And then people caught on and it got a little expensive. So, not the end of the world. It's good stuff, so I don't mind paying for it. Rock, have a great day, man. Thanks for hanging out. Rock is on his final approach. He's moving back to Australia. He's leaving the Grand Island of New Zealand, I understand, and going back to Australia. He's getting all his paperwork in order and the move in order and everything else. That's we're thinking about moving maybe next year, and only, you know, 50 or 100 miles away, not changing islands and everything else. That's got to take a lot. So hope that's still going well for you, Rock. Yeah, Muddy. And the updates could be it too. For like my series playthroughs, like Realistic Cattle Ranch and Homestead Challenge, like I don't update mods. Once I get in and stuff works, like occasionally update mods. Like on this one, I updated the Colossus pack because that's a pretty safe one. And they were adding stuff for the onion crop and everything else. But I try not to update mods in a playthrough for that reason, because then having to go back and find an older version and figure out which one it was and when it happened. And that's always a problem, right? Like, if it is an update to a mod that caused the problem, then it could have been, you know, 2-3 weeks ago, and you did it, and you played, and you didn't notice, and everything else, and now you know it's a problem. You gotta go back and figure out which one it is, and I hate spending time chasing mod conflicts. Just not my favorite thing. All right, that guy is working away. We don't want to pick up too many contracts because the whole idea is to get out of May. But $215,000 for more weeding on field 69 does seem like a good choice, since we're here and our little mower is still only at 51%. We'll go grab that one as well. The 2 mowing contracts are going to net us about $1 million. So they're definitely worth hanging out to get done. And I think I'll have to double check, and we can do that very soon here. We'll have to double check. I think we're down to 1-day months. Let's check and see. Yeah, we're down to 1-day months because I really wanted to get to August so that we could get that second production up and running. Was checking in on some of the comments on some of the videos. The new Ray County Rescue has some mixed reviews, and that's okay. It's a different kind of content. I do wonder. Yeah, see right here in the middle of the farm. The frames, they don't like being right there in the middle. Too much going on the farm. Will, welcome in. If today is a Thanksgiving day for you, Will, hope you have a good Thanksgiving going. If not, I hope it's a great Thursday for you. One 7-Up per stream. What is Thanksgiving? Well, then happy Thursday, bud. Happy Thursday. Let's check in on our mower. Mower is about to hit the far end of the field and start looping back. That is good news. I only know Sylvester. Okay. I do think we will bring the Mack Trucker mower, this one, back over when he's done. Appreciate that, Will. We'll bring him over to the other grass field and have him help out. I'll probably drive this guy manually. and have them just do alternating rows or maybe the headland until we get that one done as well. Get the other weeding contract done. That is the quick vehicle selector, Will. It is a PC mod. This guy is, these mowers are making short work, and Mack Trucker added a bunch of functionality now. These things have, I mean, it's very, is it on Mod Hub? I believe it is. It's linked in the mod list for the series on Discord if you're looking for it. Yeah, Mack Trucker did a whole bunch of updating on this one, and now it does, it's a mower, it's a mulcher. You have the multi-roller, which is nice. You can do the farmland or the grass roller. It's a tedder, and now it's a cultivator, so this is a very cool mod. I mean, this would, the fact that it isn't a weeder, if it was a weeder, this could replace just about everything on the farm. Yeah, I mean, we could replace our big SM plows with these because they're 27. This one's 27, right? And then the SM plows are, even the big one is 26. And those will be a lot easier to get down the road. Those are 87,000, and the Mack Trucker one is, let's see, 120 for the plow. So requires 350 horsepower, 27.7 meter working width, almost 2 meters wider. I know, Rose, that, and I've been hesitant to use it because outside of the rod challenge, like I agree, it's just too big. Like I'd love to have this on my Judith Plains playthrough, but I just, the fields, my grass fields aren't that big for the mower, and I would just end up like in the ditch and the trees all the time. I'm just wondering what the horsepower requirement is for this. Oh, so the SM plow is 370 and the Mack Trucker is 350. So, yeah. I mean, save yourself some money on the SM. It's harder to transport though because it doesn't fold. I still wish they had like an attachment point here on the end, so you could, and the wheels would rotate and you could pull it sideways. But we might be grabbing some new plows. I'm in Ohio, Will. So, but it might be worth replacing our plows. So in ease of getting them up and down the road. I'm intrigued to see how well they pull. The mower works great so far. You're in Germany. Okay. Well, welcome in from Germany. We got people from all over the place. Australia, New Zealand, Netherlands, England. Now you from Germany. A bunch of people from the States. We get people all over the place. Yeah, but this mower is making short work of this field. But like I said, I would love to have this mower on the Judith Plains playthrough, but it would not. I would be in the trees, I'd be in the water, I'd be hitting cars. You need really, really big fields to use this. And good news, on Dakota 16x, that's what we have. So, I'm still fighting the camera today. Had to make some adjustments last night, too. Let's see. Maybe not quite that much. Yep, that was too much. Try to keep the top of my head from getting chopped off. That one's on Mod Hub, Will. That is the Mack Trucker mower. It goes under the plows now, too, but it is the Lizard Mega Multi-Tool mod. All right, presumably... Man, this guy's not even to the field yet. Craziness. Cap, welcome in, brother. Glad to have you. Cap was fighting the good fight with me last night. Cap was started getting booted pretty hard there at the end of the stream, too. And you had your throttle issue on top of it, which made it even more aggravating. But got it all figured out. Yeah, the multi-tool is very cool, Cap. I was just saying it feels too big for like a 1X map. Like I would imagine on, say, Riverbend Springs. Like the number of fields it would be worth mowing with that, I mean, it just isn't, is what it comes down to. On a 4X, probably some, like a Dakota 16x, great map for this. Absolutely great map for it. All right, are we not officially fully on the field yet? There we go. All right, start on the center, headlands, yep. And away he goes. We're on field 69, Mulcalt Weed. Man, look at all these courses we've generated just for this implement. Those are all fields we've worked. Absolutely crazy. I was saying, Cap, that the it's just disappointing, and I'm not, Mac Trucker's done an amazing job with the mod. With all that work he did, I'm surprised, I guess, not disappointed. I'm surprised that we don't have a weeder option. Make it perfect weeder. All right, it's going to be a race to the end of May. How do you feed sheep? With grass. Or occasionally hay, depending on the map. It does change, which is bizarre to me. Let's make sure we get to 1% here. Feel like we should be at 1% of this field already. We are not weeding. Was this set up as a different implement? We didn't check it. It is set up as a weeder. Interesting. We're on... Oh, the weeding is on field 93? Why are we on field 69? That's not helpful. That would be why it isn't doing anything. Did we take the wrong contract? Let's do some investigation here. Weeding, yeah, field is 93. Why did I think it was 69? Because this one, it was the bottom one. All right, so we need to go to field 93. Well, that was a waste of diesel. Grass, I mean, meadows, fields, anywhere that you can have a grass field. You can also mow regular just grass on the side of the buildings. Either pick it up with a forage wagon or bale it and feed it to them. If you need hay, you got to use a tedder. And that, after you cut the grass, you ted it, turns it to hay, and then away you go. I do feel like we should check and see that we're headed at least generally towards the right field. 93. Yep, okay. We're not actually in a bad spot. We drove most of the right way to get here anyways. All right. Important question. We're going to try something new. Because I'm running on my streaming PC, we can do this. What kind of stuffing? Oh, gotta change that. Answer 1. in the bird? Answer 2, stovetop. All right, we're putting a poll up. Thanksgiving Day poll. And then Cap will get to your questions. I want to explore how to make meadow grass and hay performing 100% for cattle. My cattle only eat pasture in the spring and summer and fall, and then hay in the winter. Cap, I would say that my first thought would be it would depend on if you're using any mods like realistic livestock or enhanced animals. I think that does have an effect on those things. But yeah, otherwise it'd be a base game XML change. I'd have to think about where that would be. That might be a question for a guy like Fried Chicken too. He's been in that a lot of that stuff, because there was a question on Discord the other day about changing the value of dried corn, and Fried Chicken was helping with that question too, because that was a base game trying to track down where is the fill type dried corn, where is all that stuff. So, but yeah, I definitely post that in there. I mean, you could always streamer magic it, right? Because I guess if they're eating meadow, then no, you couldn't streamer magic it. So you always just cut the grass, and when you go to put it in there, just F12 it into Team R. But that sort of defeats the purpose, I agree. Yeah, and I just wonder if realistic livestock has an impact on... It doesn't change the effectiveness of the food, but because of the health system with realistic livestock, I wonder if the food types matter. If you were to add that in, if that's like a layer of complication that would be added to solving that problem. What's the best mod website? I mean, the best is probably ModHub. There are a bunch of third-party sites out there. Which is the one Rod uses? fs25.net, I believe. So I try to use, when I go third-party, I really try to use either the modders itch.io or ModHub or Patreon, wherever they have their stuff. I try to download from the modder directly whenever it's a non-ModHub mod. It can be challenging to find those at times, but I would try to avoid a lot, and a lot of third-party sites have just an outrageous amount of clickbait. So I would be careful with that as well. Yeah, Cap, I'm still thinking about that. I'm wondering if you change the... King Mods is not bad. King Mods is a decent site. Yeah, Cap, I almost wonder if you would change it within the animals or within the game XML. I guess it depends on how it's tracked. Do we already have a course for Field 93? It seems like there's a possibility. Boom. There sure is. Load course. Just make sure that we have the correct one on. 93, 93. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I wouldn't think it was the barn or the pasture solution. You could modify a barn into a production and just basically say that grass equals TMR and then it goes out to the feeder. I don't know how to do that, but that would be one workaround for sure. All right, here we go. Look at this. Now that we're on the correct field, weeds in front of the weeder, no weeds behind the weeder. Gonna hit 1% in no time at all. Things are going well. Yeah, Cap, I've wondered that too. For some of like the Homestead series and stuff like that, like there are absolutely people out there who are, you know, free-ranging their animals and getting great results, you know, as far as health and value of the animals. So What are we doing, Will? What are we doing on Thanksgiving? Well, currently I'm streaming. But we're going to have family dinner tonight. A couple of turkeys, stuffing, potatoes, cranberry salad, bunch of pies for dessert, green bean casserole. We got the Rhodes rolls. Good morning, Nuke. Nuke's up early. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. So, basically a bunch of eating. Miss Rose was talking about watching the Macy's Day Parade, which is a lot of fun. I'm missing that right now, but I've done that in the past. That's all the inflatables are fun with the Macy's. And there's always a bunch of football on. Absolutely, Nuke. Absolutely. 6 p.m. where you are? Yeah, we're 12:30 where I am. And Nuke's 8:30. He's just getting his morning energy drink in. So I would say generally, Will, it is about eating, football, hanging out with family, all that kind of stuff. Miss Rose in Central Time. Yeah, Custom, your schedule's crazy. When we were talking last night, Custom was just wrapping up a 14-hour shift on the chicken train. Football, like American football, Will, the throwing of the pigskin. Nuke, you're 9:30? I thought you were full 4 hours. No, you're only 3, that's right. I thought it was 4 hours. That's why I thought it was so early for you. Yeah, Custom's got some crazy hours. Custom was running truck last night, and he was thinking he had 2 hours left in his... He had 12 hours in and thought he had 2 hours left in his shift. Yep. Now, Custom, here's a question for you. So here in the States, we have all the DOT rules about driving, and, you know, like we were talking to Andrew earlier, like a couple days ago, or a couple streams ago, you know, drivers have to take, breaks and everything else. But livestock drivers here in the States don't have to follow the on-off, the rest periods. You guys have anything like that down in Australia where you're only allowed to drive so many hours? Or is it because you drive livestock, you can just drive whenever is needed? And I probably asked him a question as soon as he stepped out of the truck to go do some real work. So set him up to look like he's not paying attention, but that'd be on me. All right, contract is finished. We're going to finish this row. And we're bringing this guy up to get the grass field going because we're only at 66%. This mower was so on the other one. That crone is definitely getting sold. We could almost buy another one of these, hook it up to the other John Deere, and then drive up there and restart that field and finish out. Oh, you do have super strict rules, regardless of what you're hauling. Okay. Yeah, I know livestock haulers here, I don't want to say they can do whatever they want, but basically they are good to go. No cap, I committed to we're not stealing anymore. Honest day's work for an honest day pay, at least until I get frustrated with the amount of money we have, and then we'll come back and steal later. I took 20 million liters of grass. The first is insane. We're going to send this guy up to field 91. We'll probably do some manual mowing up there to help get that contract moving. What are we doing here, friend? What are we doing? How about go out here and yeah. May need a drawbar. There we go. Now you got it. There you go, friend. No, Cap, and I really want to buy... What I really want to do is buy Field 86. And we did the math the other night, and buying Field 87 costs, call it $7 million, a little bit more. But buying 104 for $3 million and 103 for $3 million is $6 million. minus the discounts, and then we're touching. Then we cut over and get 86. I really want a grass field to get that going. Midnight, I have a Rose. I keep changing which I'm calling you. I have purchased Season 2 Pass. I have to download it. So, and if you buy it now, you get the JCB that I have no interest in, but it doesn't hurt to have it. But the racing JCB, what is it? The WTH JCB. Cap says 104 looks to be touching. Oh, look at that. You might be right. I mean, I think that would count, right? I mean, that's adjacent corners. Buy 104. We can almost afford 104 now. The problem is red beets, and I don't really want red beets. Yeah, we could buy it right now. Okay, buying a piece of land on Cap's call. How harvest ready is red beets? Because I don't even news. Only thing that's ready to be harvested is grass, because we're in May. So yes, Rose, I have bought the year 2 season pass. And if you're buying it on Steam or from Giants directly, feel free to use my content creator code BADPUMPKIN, as listed by Stream Elements just above you. And it's interesting, Rose, I was a little bit perplexed because it seems like the Season 2 pass is only going to be 3. I mean, I know we're not calling them DLCs in Farm Sim 25, but they are just pack. It's not like the Straw Harvest DLC. But the Season 2 pass appears to be 2 DLCs in a map. And my memory is that we were getting 4 items with every other season pass to date, or even sometimes more than 4. Like we get like a mini DLC at some point. So I'm intrigued to see what that looks like. But yes, I have purchased it. I need to download it and then get it linked to my Steam account, so it'll be in my account and everything else. I was telling Cap the other night that I did it the hard way. If you're playing on Steam, buy it on Steam. I play on Steam or through Steam, and then went to Steam and got sent back to Giants, which is not a problem. But now I have to download it and link it and do extra steps, where if I just clicked the extra time, I would have gotten it that way. So, all right, let's check out the poll. All right. What kind of stuffing do you prefer, in the bird or stovetop? It's a close one, 56 to 44. In the bird wins. Okay. There it is. Got 9 votes. Good work, guys. We're going to do another one, since I can do polls now because I have a separate PC, so I don't have to click out of the window to do it. We can still watch stuff. Oh, except for the fact that I am on the wrong keyboard. Nope, we need that guy folded up. We're making a mess here, guys. The polls have become a problem. Fold it up. Send it on its way. All right. We're going to do a pie poll. Ooh. You can only do 4 options on the poll. Okay, favorite pie. Pumpkin, cherry, apple, or other. Midnight, I'm with you on that. It seems in that DLC pack than we have in the past. Now, I will say, I think it's reasonable to give them credit that a map, a well-done map, pecan, that's another option to put on their cap. Yep, pecan's a good one. The wife makes me a tart cherry pie for Thanksgiving that I love. Oh, vote for other then, guys. Get in there. Put your votes in. Yep, others pulling ahead. Well, Other and Pumpkin are tied up. Let that run for a couple minutes. Yeah, the wife makes a tart cherry pie, not sweet, because the sweet's too much. But get the sour cherries. That is good. That is very, very good. With like a cinnamon oatmeal crumble top. Oh, looking forward to some of that this afternoon. So yeah, Rose, what I was saying was I think it's fair to give Giants credit if a map, a well done map, is part of. Yep, tart. See, Rose, he knows. Well, Rose, that's because you're sweet, obviously. Yeah, if they're doing a map and it's a well done map, then I have no reason to not feel like I would feel good if they put out a good map. Dutch apple pie style cherry pie. Oh yeah. Nuke's a bit of a foodie. He's a connoisseur of the foods, meaning he likes eating a lot of good foods. But yeah, if the map is well done, I could see that being more valuable than just another random DLC. And I would assume that takes a lot more work than putting out a new. But it becomes so hit or miss. Because for years it's felt like, you know, with the season pass, it's like you're going to get 2 things that you're probably going to like, and then 1 or 2 things that you probably won't use. So for me, like, I really want to use the Nexat pack. I just don't. I keep thinking about it. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely with a little, like a French vanilla, a vanilla bean on top. I'm with you on that, Nuke. And eventually that turns into debauchery and you just mix it all up. That's tasty. And the thing for me is I don't like my pie crust to be, like, too much, right? Like, if the pie crust is going to have good flavor, like if it's, you know, like the top, like a oatmeal cinnamon crumble like that, then yeah. But, like, the pie crust is only a delivery vehicle. I don't want too much. It should be light. It should be flaky. It shouldn't have too much flavor. I don't want to have a bunch of pie crust in my mouth to get the filling. Like, I'm there for the filling, guys. I'm not there for the pie crust. And the wife hand makes her pie crust and has the pie crust weight and does all the things, and it's great and awesome, but I still would rather just have the filling. And that gas station sushi. You know, as part of being a connoisseur of foods, you have to try all kinds of foods. Can you speed override the next? Yes, Cap. With the real speed mod, absolutely. And there is it a 10 or 20% straw bonus? Here's the original farm site that we were supposed to get. We didn't take it. I played on that one before. That's where it is on the map. But I do think there's a 10 or 20% straw bonus with an XAT pack, which could certainly, like on my Realistic Cattle Ranch series, would be a benefit because I'm always low on straw. I actually planted a huge soybean field on Realistic Cattle Ranch just to get so. All right. I mean, looks like Pumpkin and Pecan tied for the win. 38% each. And that one. A good Thanksgiving Day poll. All right, we are very nearly to the grass field. Get some mowing done. I mean, if you're talking gas station sushi, you got to bring up roller dogs. I mean, roller dogs are, I mean, they're a road trip tradition, rite of passage. Particularly the later in the day you get, you get like, you're taking a road trip, right? And you're stopping at, let's say, 11 p.m., right? You having a roller dog? Because you know it wasn't put on at 9 p.m. Yeah, I mean, like, you're living on the edge there. You're taking life by the horns. You're rolling the dice. You are having, you're going to have whatever gastrointestinal results come from a 12-hour-old roller dog. The Dakota Gamer, welcome in. How you doing, brother? Trying to get these headlands done, but whoo, man, this thing swings. If you guys are unfamiliar, I assume the Dakota Gamer with the extra E was a change when you got rid of your numbers. But Dakota Gamer is the maker of the Dakota 16 and Dakota 4X map that we are playing on. Yeah, gas station sushi is scary. Grocery store sushi is a little scary at times. Sure. Let's see how long it takes me to get caught in the trees while I'm driving. Call me a fent driver. It's going slow here. We got caught on the littlest tree. That's Dakota Gamer got me with that one right there. When he put that tree in, he said BP is going to get stuck on that tree. That's a BP special tree right there. Doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Or, it's twofold, Andrew. Stronger or smarter. But either one, it's a learning experience and it's good for you. When this farmer comes out to find his field mowed and the outside mowed 20 feet off, I will say I'm with Nuke. There is something just different about playing on a 16x map. You can't rush. Things just take time. The money's different, the economy's different. And not that it's better or worse than the other way or vice versa. Just different. Yeah. Okay, we got wild there. Choice of working with would be huge, Cap. Have like a 10, a 20, and a 30 meter type setup. Something of that nature. Problem is I can't see how far off the field I am because the trees are overhanging. I gotta get my camera in a better spot. Oh, yeah, Nuke, for sure, crash. I mean, we're mowing at 34. We are tearing it up. For those of you guys hanging out, how is the quality of the stream today? We are on our second stream on the streaming PC. I cranked my bitrate again overnight. Going to be focusing on getting one very high quality stream out rather than 3 that are compromised. Rose, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the Chiefs Dallas game. You can tell Gold I'm rooting Chiefs with you. 2 versus 1. Gonna hit that little tree, I bet I am. Ooh, squeak by. I will need the backup. I'm with you, Rose. Good to hear, Nuke. Yeah, when I was setting everything up, like I said last night, just realized how degraded the YouTube stream had gotten to make it work everywhere else. Twitch has just such a low bit rate. And I'm streaming in 1440. And Twitch won't even take it, so. Oh, that's going to cost us. Got to get squared up again. Got the wiggles. We got the wiggles. Got the speed wobbles. There we go. All right, we got this mowing contract and the other weeding contract. This quarter is going to be rough. Nice and slow. I think we're still going to hit that tree. Can we drag it out? Do we get far enough over? Or has the tree got to go? Tree may have to go. Nope, snuck it around. There we go. And how's the volume for you guys? We adjusted the game volume last night. Oh, Nuke, the turkey smoked. I got up this morning, did it early. It was in the smoker. I was up at 6:15, 6:30. It was in there by 7. So, yeah, the turkey smoked. It looks good. It smells good. Like I said, I did olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic on the outside. Cut up and chunked up a bunch of apples on the inside. I found a place that grabs old whiskey barrels and cuts them into chunks for smoking. So I do a whiskey barrel base, which has a really nice oak acidic finish to it. And then did some apple wood on top of it, just for just a little bit of sweetness, but to add to the acidity. And I think it was about a 13, 14 pound bird. I was telling these guys I usually get a heritage bird from a local like farm type place, and they were all sold out, so we went with a grocery store bird, and we went with a nice one. But even last night, after sitting in the fridge for 5 days, I went to pull the giblets and the neck out, and there were still chunks of ice in it, like you could grab chunks of ice. So they filled this turkey with water before they froze it, so I was not thrilled about that, but we got through it. Quick warm water rinse, got everything cleaned out, patted dry, seasoned up, and it's in. The skin is golden dark brown. Did not burn the tips in the smoker this morning. Kept the temperature low. We usually smoke about 225. Today we went with 215, just above the boiling point. Kept a little pan of water in the bottom to make sure that it didn't get dried out. And it is looking really good at this point, and we still get to fry it later. So I'm suspecting it's going to be absolutely delicious. Oh, we got the speed wobbles again. All right, don't need to be quite so zoomed out now. So yeah, Nuke, it is going well, I would say. Yeah, I really want to upgrade my smoker, but I don't have a place to put it So the smoker lives in the garage. We're going to slow down and try to get more of this. So my smoker lives in my garage, which is fine. I just have to pull it in and out every time I use it. And I've got an electric smoker, so it's super easy. I'd like to get like a Traeger or something else and start using like a pellet smoker. But I need a place to permanently house it. I'm not going to have a big smoker. Because the one I have is like it's like the refrigerator style, being electric. So it's vertical. So it stores nice and easy. Got a little furniture dolly from either Home Depot or Lowe's. And just bungeed it down on there. So I just roll it in, roll it out. But long term, I'd love to have something a little bit nicer. But need a big deck or a patio to put that stuff out on. I have dreams of building a little semi-covered grill smoking area. Get our grill, put it out there. Put the smoker out there. Get a little countertop out there between the two. Maybe even get a Blackstone. Blog, welcome in. Good. Well, Blog, is it Thursday for you still? Yeah, it's still Thursday for you. So this is an evening stream. Nice, Nuke. 3-in-1 gas, charcoal, electric, a 36-inch flat iron. Yeah, I want to get like a 36-inch flat iron. I think the bigger ones, I think it's either like a 48 or a 50. I think those are too big. I don't like plan on doing like, you know, fajitas for 15 on that thing. But then you can do some breakfast stuff too out there. Yeah. That's the kind of setup I want, Nuke. Custom, man, appreciate you hanging out. Enjoy the day. I'll have a piece of turkey for you. Friday morning. Oh, that's right, because Custom was saying he started work at 2 a.m. All right, Blog. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Nuke. I was thinking that 36-inch. Got plenty of room to work stuff. Get some, you know, get your bacon on one side. Even put down some hash. And just leave it like on the top corner out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking I want. Mix it up a little bit. I mean, the advantage you have, Nuke, is that you can cook outside fairly year-round. I still grill year-round no matter what. I'll shovel the deck to get to the grill. Like, I don't mind doing that. But I'm not sure I want a Blackstone or flat top in December, January when it's, you know, 1 degree Fahrenheit, wind. Not sure standing out there would be my top choice. But smoking and grilling in the winter, 110 is not the business either. Yeah, I could see that. Blog, this is currently a mower, but it does do tedding as well. It does tedding. It has a cultivator. It has a plow. It has a roller, a grass roller, and a field roller. Yeah, this is the Mack Trucker. Let's see. It is the Mack Trucker Mega Multi-Tool, the Lizard Mega Multi-Tool mod from Mack Trucker blog. It's on Mod Hub. It works well. We were saying earlier, it's oh, don't worry about it, blog. It's almost too big for a lot of maps. It's perfect for Dakota. It's great. We're actually going to be selling our Crone when we're done with this field, because a Crone mower is over there somewhere. That's what did most of this mowing. So, if you haven't tried it, use frozen tater tots thawed in the microwave and chopped up for hash browns. I have not tried that, but that sounds good. So, Cap, you'll appreciate this one. I believe it, blog. It's early there. So, I used to, I always enjoyed cooking at the firehouse. Like, it's just something to do, and I enjoy cooking. And I mean, I think cooking a nice meal for the guys always makes you feel good. But so I always get creative with stuff. So about year 8, I started making something called potato surprise. So potato surprise is a side dish that you use to accompany like burgers, or like if you do like grilled chicken sandwiches or something like that. Because I don't know how it was at your firehouse, Cap, but everyone would go to like we have Giant Eagle as our grocery store here, which is sort of like a Publix or a. It's a little, maybe a little higher end than Aldi, but it's not like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's. Anyways, and we go, and every shift would buy the 5 or 10 pound bag of potato products. French fries, tater tots, hash, whatever it is. And there'd always be a bag hanging out, or 2 or 3 hanging out in the freezers. And, you know, like you get a 5 pound bag. Our shifts, we had 12 guys on when I retired, when I left. And we were usually split 5 and 7. So even 5 pounds of tater tots or 5 pounds of fries is a lot for 7 guys if all 7 guys are in for dinner. So there's always like a pound of French fries or tater tots left in these bags. And there'd be all these like orphaned frozen potato products in the freezer. So I'd go to the grocery store and I'd pick up like a big old family-sized bag of shredded cheese, a container of sour cream, and then some like canned jalapenos or like some smoked chilies. And then we'd go back to the firehouse and we'd prepare the main dish, and whatever potatoes were left in the freezer would all get mixed together. French fries, tater tots, hash, mix everything up. And then we'd throw in any leftovers, like if there's any barbecue, pulled pork, anything else, and just make a giant potato-based casserole with cheese and sour cream and chilies and jalapenos and everything else, and finish it off. And I did it as a joke the one time, because I was so sick of throwing away bags in the freezer, and the guys loved it. So potato surprise became a regular thing on shift. It was a good way to get through wasted potato products. Blog says, I'm attempting the rod challenge, taking a long time, and I'm not yawning. I'm not using auto drive or course play, so very much a grand. Yeah. If you're not using auto drive and course play, you are suffering on the blog challenge, or on the rod challenge. Yeah, that is tough, particularly if you're on a 16x map. Are you playing on the 16 or the 4 blog? I'm just finishing this side, and we're going to be done on this field. We just completed the contract. Yeah, grind, yeah. Yep. You had to, Cap, because the fridges are always full. Yeah, blog, that's a huge challenge. Without using auto driver course play. I mean, just the time that you're physically dry. Are you using the AI like Go To feature? Because just sending vehicles to fields could take, an hour plus. Yeah, we're not getting that little strip over there regardless, so there's no point. A Fent yet? Don't tell Nuke that. He's a breakfast. Oh, and follow me. Follow me would help. Yeah, I could see that. Follow me is a mod I never got into, and I really should. It's a good mod. All right, I'm getting tired of doing this headland. Fly up here and get it done. All right, we are waiting on the weeding. Oh, yeah, contract's done. I don't know. I always feel bad about leaving the fields partially mowed. I know when we release a contract, it goes back to whatever state it's going to be in. But I don't like leaving it undone, so just going to at least finish to pass them on, so I don't feel like I completely abandon the contract midway. All right. Since we don't have the ditch counter up on the new PC, get to cut right through. This guy doesn't have a parking spot. He sure should. Yeah, we're getting late in the day, too. We're going to get dark here pretty quick. Fent, buddy. Or not Fent. Crone, buddy. You've been real and you've been fun. But you haven't been real fun. We'll have a Facebook Marketplace. Come pick them up. $393,000. Done. Boom. Sold. If you keep the starting farmyard. So, Blog, I would defer to Rod on this, but what I've heard him say, or at least what I remember him saying, is, so Blog, you're talking about you have this one right here, 76. So what Rod did on his challenge, and this is how I remember it, so if I'm misremembering it, I apologize, but I'm fairly certain this is what he did. He took the starting farmland, but then he bought his first field, and then the touching land started. So I think Rod bought 74. Let's see if we can get to a better map that isn't just all green. I think Rod bought 74, and obviously that doesn't touch 76, and then could expand out from there. So if you're starting with 76, I would say the interpretation of the rules has been buy your first field anywhere in the top right corner, obviously, because that's where you're owning, anywhere up in here, and then expand from there. So you could buy 13, 12, 17, 74, 16, 19. There is some, I don't want to say affordable, but more affordable fields on there. So that is how I recall Rod doing it. While I'm thinking about it, I do think we're going to end up buying another mower. And I think we did it in Valtra. It was a nice looking color. $500 worth of a nice looking color too. All right, we're going to just have that at the shop to be picked up later. But since we have spent the money already, all right, where is this guy's done? He should be sent to park. All right, this guy's at 74% of his contract. Valtra Green? Yes, absolutely Valtra Green. Valtra Green is one of my favorite colors. Bailey, welcome in. That dark gray Fent on Yukon is one of the best looking tractors I've seen in a long, long time, Nuke. That thing is like stealth bomber gray and black. It looks good. Bailey says, Baileron 25, the fields are mostly all 400K each. Nice. Yeah, was that, which map just came out? Which Farm Sim 22 map was just redone this week? Was that Baileron? There was one that came out this week that was a remake of a 22 map that I was excited to see. It was a European map. Yeah, okay. Huge grass silage playthrough on Baileron in 22. And that was like the first time I ever really, I actually got a fork or a telehandler and loaded the bales and stacked them on the field edge. Had a lot of fun on that map. All right, so we're going to start collecting our contracts. We made bank today, ladies and gentlemen. Weeding contract, first one completed, $131,000 when we round up. Not a bad way to be. First mowing contract, $530,000. Another big banger of a contract done. Okay, almost thought we were frozen there for a minute. Made me nervous. Just because I'm feeling a little nervous and the game is being a little bit less responsive than I'd like it to be. We're going to hit a quick save. 400 plus hours on a blog. Yeah, it was a good map. It was a good map. I think the thing I liked about Baileron was that there were some really, some very European feeling areas where like there were little, you know, the stone walls and the houses close to the fields and little laneways. But also there were some areas that were wide open, more what I would consider to be American style mapping. And so you could do a little bit of both. And I enjoyed that, where not everything was super tight. Okay, second mowing contract, $497,000. It's $1 million in mowing. Fertilizing, that was completed last episode right at the end before we saved and got off. There's another $132,000. All right, and we have a $215,000 weeding contract going on right now. $1.87 million after we bought Field 104. I think that one actually cost us just about $2.2 million. So we spent $2 million, and we're going to have just about $2 million, a little more, a little less. So, blog man, have a great day. Get some rest. Appreciate you stopping by. As always, great to see you, brother. Enjoy your Friday when you wake up. All right, what are we going to do for the last 20% of this contract to keep things interesting? I'm down to go pick up the new mower. That'd be something we could and should do. Is it sitting down here at the shop? Sure is. You know what we could do? Have a plan. You know, Nuke, if you ever had a Fendt quad track for sale, they could be sitting right here, but you know, there's no Fendt quad track, so here we are. Is this guy not attached? He is not attached. Interesting. Cap, thanks for hanging out, man. Good luck with Thanksgiving. Hope it's a great one. Did I just sell the... Okay, I didn't sell. Ooh, I thought I sold the quad track there for a minute. Would have been interesting. And then is this one? Yeah, this one's still attached. The lights are turned on. It's getting dark. Watch out. Yeah, the paint condition, the condition of these plows is awful. I don't think you're ready, Nuke says. Can't handle a Fendt quad track. All right, let's send this guy down to the store. I think we're going to pick up all those new plows, too. Where is this guy going? This guy is, like, on a tear. And then this guy here, we need to disconnect. He just wants to be included. He's like, I want to go. I want to go too, Dad. Take me with you. He's going to go down. He's going to pick up that other mower. Gonna have to find a shed for all this new equipment. I mean, for right now, I think we're parking it right here in the grass. Actually, this guy we should top off with fuel. We got a decent amount of wool out of there again today. Has anyone here played with... What is the actual name of the mod? Is the mod name Def or AdBlue? The mod that requires you to use the DEF fluid. Has anyone played with that? Howie, welcome back, brother. Howie, how was your day? Make some money while I was sleeping? Appreciate you bookending us there, Howie. Always love being part of your day. We're waiting on one little weeding contract to be done so we can get out of May. But Howie, the big news on the Rod Challenge is we bought another field. I'll show you in just a sec. And we're converting over to Mack Trucker's mowers, which is one you can see right here to the right, and his plows for the additional working width up here on Dakota. So we're trying to get down to buy field 86. We want a grass field so we can keep our silage operation going. So we bought field 104, and Cap pointed out that the tip of 104 overlaps with the bottom or the top of 86. So we can buy 104 and then caddy corner jump over and buy the grass field, because we are down to, I think we're down to the last 4 million liters of grass in the silo. Is that how much we have in here? 4.5 million liters of grass in the silo. And we have 2.5 million liters in here. So we're down to our last 7 million liters of grass, which means we've gone through almost 30 million liters of grass so far in the series, and we are not even at year 1. Made some money, and now Saturday of the very, and sat on the very train ride home from London. Gotcha. Oh, very slow train ride from London back to Manchester. What I would consider to be a hardcore playthrough with the advanced damage mod, maybe the add blue mod, because the vehicles have def all built in, at least most of them do, and they have air for like air brakes, or we could play it off as tires or any number of different things. But I want to do some heavy duty maintenance. I was doing some brainstorming when I was falling asleep last night, and I've got an idea that is a combination of actually Dakota Farmers playthrough style, and then a guy who I was chatting with on YouTube the other day. Oh, for sure, Nuke. It's terrible for the engines. I am not a fan of def, and I don't even work in an industry where it matters anymore. But we had 2 fire trucks with def by the time I left, and it was a disaster. The wear out your tires mod, yep, Bailey. I played with that one on Missouri River Bottom. That's a great mod. But I'm thinking about doing a hardcore playthrough in that regard with actually property costs. So Victor, how was the def? Did it? I mean, when I say realistic, obviously we're talking farm sim here, but was it a complete pain? Was it reasonable? Did it add some depth to it, or was it just a nuisance, I guess? And I'm not sure how any of those are going to play with the advanced damage mod, because I've already had some conflicts with the advanced damage mod and some other things that modify tractors, so I'm not even sure I could add them all, but just wondering. Yeah, Dakota, I'm thinking something like Cabin in the Woods. And then, no, I know, Dakota, I know you have that whole huge spreadsheet system about the cost of vehicles and everything else. And I was talking to a guy who did something similar to that, but was doing property taxes, utilities on his buildings. And I was thinking about doing all constructibles. So, the cabin would be constructible, the sheds would be constructibles, and then having advanced damage on for the maintenance aspect, and then doing something with property costs, utilities. I was thinking I might modify a solar panel. So instead of getting money each month, so you put a solar panel down now and you get, whatever, say $1,500 a month. I was thinking of adding a solar panel and instead of having it add $1,500 a month, it would just reduce. We would have, say, a negative $500 credit from the solar panel. That if we had enough buildings with whatever calculation I used to cost that much electric, we could either have our electricity be free or reduced, but you could never make money from the solar panel. So if the solar panel, say your electrical costs were $250 for the month, I'd figure out some sort of calculation, and your solar panel generated $500 worth of electricity, you just don't have an electrical bill that month, but you don't benefit from the solar panel. So you could offset your costs by buying solar panels, but you'd never make money. Same thing with like a wind turbine. Like just calculate gives you a $400 credit each month towards your electricity, and try to be somewhat self-sustained and somewhat self-contained. Because if I did it in the woods, I was thinking of a map like Palatinate, the wooded map. Something where forestry could be part of it. Do some forestry, do some animals, do a greenhouse for some food. Like try to do like a fairly realistic start from scratch with expenses and that kind of thing, and go from there. So have to see. Been thinking about that one, because the Realistic Cattle Ranch series is wrapping up. It's not, you guys still have a bunch of episodes left, but I've recorded up to probably the last 4 or 5 episodes that I'll need to record. And then the Ray County Farm Rescue is going to be a mini series, so I don't expect that one to go more than, realistically, I think that one's going to go 10 or 12 episodes. We might go 12 or 15, but I don't see that being a 50 episode series. So once that's done as well, then I'll need something to do. Need a new series, and thinking about doing a realistic series like that, something of that nature. Have to sort of work through the details of it and figure out what I want to do. Guessing closer to 25. You just want to see me suffer in first person in cab, Nuke. That's all you want. I'll tell you that first person stuff. Like the driving around is no big deal, but like even, and the episode's out now. It's been out for a couple hours, but even the mowing, the mulching up of the bushes and trying to get the yard cleaned up. I'll tell you, that took several recordings. If I was in third person, I could have done that in 3 minutes flat and wouldn't have been a big deal. But the other thing is, a number of times I've hit my camper with tractors and mowers and everything else. It is I knew it was not an easy thing to do, having watched other people do it, but being in first person full time it's a lot. It is a lot. Fun, natural, for me at least. Sort of like how Scroff did the Farmhand series, like that. I knew that was an incredible series in its own right. Having done 2 very short episodes in a similar style, I give that man even more credit than I gave him before, because that is crazy. And what he did there with all the character interactions and everything else is totally above and beyond as well. So we'll see. This could turn into something. I'm not opposed to it, but I didn't set it up as a long-term series. Doesn't have a ton of like goals or like things to accomplish. So we'll see. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. If you guys haven't checked it out, the Ray County Farm Rescue episode 2 is out today, and hopefully tomorrow I'm going to get a couple more episodes of that recorded. Now that the streaming PC is generally up and running. Make it a little bit easier to go. Twitching for episode 3. Well, I doubt it'll get recorded today, Nuke, but it could be recorded tomorrow. Probably try to get episode 3 and 4 recorded because those will be out. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take Homestead Challenge down to 1 video a week and do 1 Realistic Cattle Ranch, 1 555, 1 Ray County, 1 Homestead, and then we'll have that bonus rotation day. And I may just put that on. I'll probably keep that as Realistic Cattle Ranch and 555 alternating, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll move that one to. Maybe I'll add Homestead Challenge or Ray County to that one as well. To that Saturday rotational spot. I do want to get the Realistic Cattle Ranch series wrapped up. It's in a good spot. It's a good series, but I don't want to drag it out till February. Because I don't think the content's there. Because we're just under 2 million now, I think. I think we're like 1.8 million is where I left that one. And we're starting to make good money every day. So, need to sort of finish that one out, get to the 4 million. We have plenty of cows. We have the debt paid off. And because I can't, or at least to date, have not been able to update Realistic Livestock, that series is very, very time consuming to record. So, well, I think we did it, guys. We got through May. We'll collect our contract, $215,000 for weeding. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Nuke. It was absolutely one of those things like, keep putting money in from the other stuff until you get the main systems up and running, and then they start taking over. But the Realistic Cattle Ranch was a slow build up, which was great. I mean, not complaining about it. And that's the way you want that series to be. All right, our trucks are staged. We need to buy 2 plows. The plows. Let's see. Fendt Classic Green. Fendt Nature Green. That's I thought it was a $5,500 paint job. I told Nuke that's not happening then. But it was only a $500 paint job. Apparently it's $5,000 to have it as a plow. Okay. This guy. What's the deal here, bud? Oh, he can't go forward because the mower's in the way. Got it. All right. Maybe get this guy pulled onto the straightaway. I think this plow is potentially going to cause havoc. Where's our truck? Oh, almost had a head-on with our truck. All right, this guy we don't have a parking spot for. I guess technically we do, right? I mean, we're going to end up making this guy... He's going to park back where he was before. We're just going to do side by side instead of front to back under that shed. But we're not going to set that up in the dark tonight. Just going to get these guys sent back to the farm. So next episode, I remember I bought these things. Plows, the John Deere's pull the mowers, and we are in good shape all around. I'm very intrigued. Nuke hitting it with 5 gifted memberships. Nuke, man, appreciate you. Very, very generous and much appreciated. Noah got one. Introvert got one. Introvert, I love that name, bud. Well done. Ill-Equipped got one. Sean Myers got one. And EEF General Marcus got one. Guys, make sure to send a thanks to Nuke for sending those over to you. Make sure your Discord and your YouTube are linked for your benefits. You get early access to videos on YouTube, and you get access to the members server over on Discord. The members server is currently on on Judith Plains multi-fruit. So the Judith Plains map with the multi-fruit crop calendar. So there's things like peanuts and all kinds of crazy things on that map. It looks like they're having a ton of fun with it. Make sure to check that out. Nuke Brother, I appreciate you. Very, very generous, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So we're going to get this guy sent on his way. But that's going to be it. Want to make sure we had some content out on Thanksgiving. Thank you for everyone that hung out, made it a blast. As usual, chat was lively, and that makes time fly by. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving today, enjoy it. Hope you're surrounded by family and friends and good food and good times. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving today, I still hope you're surrounded by family and friends and good times. Hope you're having a good Thursday, or for those of you who are playing into the future, you know, having a great Friday. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe on the way out. Channel memberships are available if you'd like to support my content further. Channel members do get early access to upcoming videos and member server access over on Discord. All of my videos are released for free over due time. You don't ever have to pay to watch a video. I get that question at least once a week. If you ever see a video that is listed as members only or members early access, that is just early access. I do not have any members only series. I don't have any intentions to have any members only series. It just means that that video is out early for our members and will be coming to you in the next 2 days to 3 weeks, depending on which video it is. The level 3 members do get access to videos 3 weeks ahead of time. So you could see videos up to 21 days in advance in the playlist before they're released publicly. Never have to pay. So make sure that's clear here as we head out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here and hanging out. Have a great Thursday. Have a great Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey for me. And you guys, that's all for this one. But I'll see you in the next one.